Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. It is a free, and easy way to support the channel. There's a lot to talk about. There's too much to actually talk about. If you haven't seen, if you are just waking up, or I don't know what the other option would actually be. First of all, good morning, hello. Secondly, Bitcoin, hours ago, hit 123,000 US dollars per coin. If that's not crazy enough, there are a number of articles, you might have seen in the title as well, there are a number of articles announcing that Bitcoin is currently in crisis mode. And it sounds scarier than it actually is. What it means is that the world is currently in crisis, and Bitcoin appears to be reacting to everything around it. News about the U.S. deficit is all over the place. I don't know where you specifically get your financial news, but the current news is going a little something like this. The U.S. deficit is so bad that de-dollarization is like ramping up in ways that we never thought possible. We heard that early July, all of the tariffs, multiple S's, situation would have been cleared up about 4, 5, 6, 7 days ago. Apparently last night or this morning, Mexico just got 30% new of tariffs on them. I think many countries in Asia, and I think another 15 to 20 other countries also just got, letters in the mail basically being like, hey, we're going to throw more tariffs on you, and you better not put more on us. So, I'm sure the other countries love that. So the stock market's currently going down around the world. Stock futures are going down. This is the crisis mode. And then on top of that, Bitcoin's price is going up. So a little bit of historical context. You've heard me, if you haven't, here we go. Over the years, I've said this maybe once, twice every month. The original movements and play and life of Bitcoin were basically every time that there was some kind of a strong event, great word, strong event happening around the world, we would see Bitcoin's price moving up. Thus, the last 2 to 3 years of anxiety-inducing annoyance that I've had about the market. Years ago, if you saw that a bank failed, a country announced their debt was too high, not the US, any country announced our debt is too high, we don't know what to do. If the International Monetary Fund had to step in, heaven forbid, should a central bank have begun to buckle in any form or manner, Bitcoin's price would, it would really go up 10, 15%. Of course, there's a lot more money in the space now, so these movements won't be as high. But gosh darn it, we should still be seeing a good 1, 2, 3% movements from the news daily, from the news that we've been getting constantly. That doesn't even throw in the idea of all the companies and institutions and banks and countries who've been buying up huge amounts of Bitcoin as well. On top of that, for the crisis mode, there are rumors now. Potentially it happens in a couple of hours. Maybe it happens this week. Maybe it happens never. I don't know. My friend sent me a message and I said there's no way. 2 rumors are currently happening right now. One rumor is that Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, is potentially going to leave his position this week. That's the first rumor. The second rumor is that legally Trump might have found a way to get rid of Jerome Powell early. What I think is going to happen, this is from a logical standpoint, Jerome Powell is either going to step down or he's going to be removed within the next 5 to 10 days. I do not know if this is going to happen, but this is based off of the news that we've been getting since the beginning of the year, and both sides of the rumor equate to one thing: Jerome Powell being gone. I know someone out there just celebrated, just said hee-haw, yippity-doo-dah, or something like that. Jerome Powell is the last string that's actually holding together U.S. monetary policy. The U.S. dollar, because of the tariffs and otherwise, has lost more than 12% of its value since the beginning of this year. 12% plus. Against other currencies, it's actually even more as the dollar continues to slip down. The last thing holding everything in place has been the economic policy of not lowering interest rates. We've gone over that before. If you lower interest rates at all, too fast, too furious, what you're going to get is an implosion of multiple different markets. You're going to see a lot of assets rise rather quickly. You're going to see the bond market completely go off the rails, and you're going to see inflation rise to unprecedented levels, destroying the US dollar, confidence in US anything, and a movement into other assets as we've been seeing. This is the crisis mode that we're actually talking about. The people who are going to benefit from the interest rates being lowered is anyone with an asset. As we've gone over before, it's actually around 200 million. I just posted this. The number is 67%. 67% of workers in the United States could not come up with $500 in the case of an emergency. $500, not $1,000, not $2,000. Heaven forbid, should it be a $5,000 emergency. We are going to see a huge amount of, because this is going to happen. Hundreds of millions of people within the U.S. plunged into extreme poverty because of the future economic policies that are going to be implemented after Jerome Powell leaves office. The weirdest part is that it looks like people within crypto, and I hope, are understanding this in some sort of way, and this is why we're seeing Bitcoin actually rise. It's the de-dollarization, the end of economic policies that have kept things stable, and a lot of this capital seems to be rushing into Bitcoin. This has been, once again, the annoyance of seeing hundreds of millions of billions of dollars moving into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's price doesn't move. And now it seems like we might be in for a very wild ride. The top of the news right now is deficit. Deficit. What is it? The big beautiful bill, the BBB. Apparently, we're already beginning to see the ground shake and crumble from the beginnings of those economic policies. And if Jerome Powell leaves on his own accord or otherwise, it could set the stage for, this isn't a joke, for Bitcoin actually properly moving to $200,000. I think this is going to be a very crazy week. I have a strange feeling. It's in the air. It's in the universe. I'm getting something. Something feels very intense economically about this week. I saw all the news and I was like, okay, let's see what actually happens. But I think like we're here. Something's about to like literally snap. On top of that, if you need some more on top of that, is the idea that because we're seeing these gigantic movements, if you at all missed a week or two ago, a lot of the news that we kept on getting was that Bitcoin needed to cross and stay over 111,000 to kind of kick off or begin alt season. If you haven't seen, at least at the time of me making this video, a number of altcoin prices, it's looking pretty good. We're getting a lot of, I just saw predictions now. Bitcoin went to 123,000. Ethereum hit 3,000. XRP hit like $3.01 or something like that. The predictions now are for a $3,500 to a $4,000 Ether within the next 10 to 15 days, somewhere roughly around there. That then, I almost said like 4 different words that I shouldn't have said. Propel is a good word. That would basically propel altcoins to the sky. And then if we're lucky, we'd basically see this continue until the end of the year. This is basically what we've been waiting for since around February and March. Let's see if this continues. There's a lot, I'm telling you, there's a lot of like Bitcoin crisis mode kind of news this week. Oh, also completely forgot. The 14th to the 18th are supposed to be, I think it's called Crypto Week or Blockchain Week in Washington, D.C. It is expected that, this is going to be a crazy week. It's expected that this week, I think 3 bills or something are supposed to pass related to crypto adoption, stablecoin, so-and-so, and third other thing, which is also supposed to get us to a $200,000 Bitcoin in the next couple of weeks. It's weird because everything kind of happens at once. You would assume things like would slowly progress. Nope, like this is it. It feels like everything is happening right now. So get ready for some kind of a very extreme week in either direction. I feel like the Jerome Powell news will probably hit today or tomorrow if it does happen and if both rumors are true. But I think it's kind of been leading up to this. One of my friends, he sent me something and we were like, I'm surprised he hung on this long. I just assumed he would have left a while ago with all the stuff that's been going on. Well, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day. Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.